Okay, y'all, so somebody asked me if I would make a how-to video on the little finger mouse. And so I'm going to attempt to do that. I have my little handheld Canon right now. My video camera broke and wasn't recording properly, and I had to return it today. So I'm going to do the best that I can with what I have here. So I apologize in advance if this isn't the best quality, but it's the best I can do. So here it is. I've attached it right here at the top of my handlebar so that when I'm moving my machine around where I need it to be, it's not in my way. But when I want to use it, you've got two little places. You can either click here and it will click on the mouse, or you can click this little lever right here, which is what I use because it's easy to feel it and it's easy to click. And so what I want to show you is that you don't actually need the arrow to show up on your... Why is this in the way? Get out of the way. Close. Okay. So you don't actually need the little arrow to show up. So you never have to use the laser underneath to get your arrow to show up like that by moving your finger around like it says to do. In fact, the arrow is insignificant. So when using it for the purposes that we want it. So what I'm going to show you is that if you've gone in and you've placed your pattern, and these cameras will not focus on these screens very well, but I think you can get the point. So we've placed our pattern, and now let's say we want to go into Toolbox and we want to add some markings. Well, once you go over here, put your machine where you want it to be to make a mark, and you go up here, and the first time you click Add with your finger, after that, you can move right down here with your hand and move your machine wherever you want it to be and click Add again. And as you see, it added a line. And as long as I'm moving my machine and clicking with my thumb on that little lever on the finger mouse, it's going to keep adding lines. Okay, but let's say that I want to remove a line. So then I would go up here and I would click Remove Last. And then forever after that, whenever I click on the mouse, it's going to keep removing lines. I hope you can see it removing the lines. Okay, but if I want it to add again, I finger touch the Add button one time, and it'll start adding lines again as I move the machine around. It's going to add lines for me. So that may not be as big a deal to you as it is to me, but let me show you the real beauty of this. I'm going to remove all, and I'm going to go into Quilt. And I'm going to go up here to Plugins. I have Gold, and I'm going to go to Fabric Comp. Now, when you're in Fabric Comp, any of you have used it, you know that. So if you're placing your fabric compensation across the top of your quilt, when you move from left to right, you are touching this Add button right here, which happens to be right next to the Delete button. And you start out across there and you nearly get clear across, and it's taking you forever to precisely mark it, and then all of a sudden you bump this button by mistake. It erases all your work. But guess what? Let's say that I want to do Fabric Comp on this. I would go in and touch that right there and see how it moved the top of the bear down. Now after that, I just keep using the little finger mouse, and it will keep clicking till I get to the end of the row. And there's no chance of deleting it unless I actually go up here with my finger and hit delete that row, and then it deletes the whole thing. So I hope this helps y'all to figure out how to use the finger mouse. When you want to set your finger mouse up, I chose to use the left clicker on mine. There's a left and a right clicker. And the way that you can set it up is you can go into your window and you can go to settings and you can go to Bluetooth and devices and go down here till you see mouse. I know you guys can't read this. It's a shame because I've not found a good way to show you this part. And then you can change it left or right clicker up here. I have mine on left click because that's what's working for me. Let me also show you how you get this mouse to work with your tablet. So there is a USB dongle that goes into your computer, but I don't have an extra USB port. I only have a USB port for my Clinique, and then I have a C port that I don't use, so I got an adapter and put it into my C port. I happen to already have the adapter, so that worked out for me, and plugged my USB dongle into that, and that allows my mouse to talk to my computer, and I didn't have to spend $75 on a Bluetooth mouse. So there you have it. I'm sorry for the poor quality of the video on the screen there, but I'm hoping that you guys were able to get what you needed to from this. If you have any questions, you can personal message me on Messenger and I'll try to help you out. Thank you. Happy quilting.